Boils and ghouls, Dr. Creepy here. Now this isn't so much of a tutorial as it is an experiment, and you can follow me through my experiment and watch my failures. My failures. I'm going to try to sculpt, mold, and cast a tongue for my groundbreakers. So I'm just using the most simple things I can find. I've got liquid latex and plaster, and I've got some non-hardening clay. I'm not sure what type of clay it is. It came with a kit that I bought. Actually, somebody bought me years ago. It's a CSI face resculpting kit. So here we go, you guys. So like I said, it's not going to be a step-by-step tutorial, but you can kind of follow along, get the idea. Super simple the way I'm going to do it. And we're going to walk along and see the results together.
Vector presents you just a word of friendly warning. It gives absolutely no guarantee of any information provided. And if you attempt any of these ridiculous projects on your own, do so at your own risk. Happy hauntings.
Okay, so for my first attempt of sculpting and molding and casting is going to be a tongue for my groundbreakers. Now I am no sculptor by any means. I pretty much just took a piece of clay and made a rudimentary shape of a tongue and put a line through it. I used a sponge to try to get my fingerprints out of it. I don't know how to do any of that, so if any of you guys want to give me some tips on it, that would be great. I made sure there are hardly the most undercut you'll see is right here, because I'm going to use plaster of Paris. So I made sure there weren't very many undercuts. Like I said, I don't know anything about sculpting. I really admire people like Lori Beast on Halloween Forum, who she started out with really decent amateur sculpts, and now she's just on a professional level that I could never hope to achieve. Okay, again, I'm just taking this little needle and putting the little taste buds in the tongue. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. We'll just see. This is going to be a video of trial and error for sure. So, and a learning experience. Take my handy dandy sponge and see if I can't knock down the little walls I just built up doing that. Being plaster Paris, this may not work very well at all, but we will see. Okay, this is my idea for molding it. I saw this on Haunted Ventures, the YouTube channel Haunted Ventures. They do a haunted house on the cheap, and what they did is they dropped their sculpt down into a bowl and then poured the plaster over top. I'm not positive this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. What I'm doing here is I'm building up a little wall, because I've got gaps back here, and I don't want the plaster to get down there. So I'm going to build up a wall of clay all the way around, so hopefully the plaster won't seep down into there. And I think I might use maybe Vaseline as a mold release. I'm not sure yet. I have used that before with great stuff. It seemed to work okay. So we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't work, I'll have wasted a whole bunch of clay. Okay, and there you have it. There's my little clay wall that I built up to prevent the plaster from going down inside of the bowl under my wooden platform. There's my tongue, if you want to call it that. Now all there is to do is put some kind of mold release on it. I think I'm going to use maybe Vaseline, something like that. I don't know yet, but I will let you know when I find out. Now all that's left to do is pour the plaster. Okay, so here I've taken and made up a batch of plaster Paris, and I didn't follow the mix ratios great, but I think I'm pretty close. And now I'm just going to pour it in there. And hopefully I've used enough plaster to make it a strong mold. And from what I've learned from the pros, you gotta kind of knock it around so you get all the air bubbles out. To Spanish week. Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Okay, so here we're going to put the latex in. I'm just using liquid latex that I got from a Halloween store that you use for, you know, texturing skin and attaching, you know, hair and stuff. Don't know how well this is going to work because I know they use a thicker latex for casting stuff like this. But we're going to try it because it doesn't have to be perfect. So, let's pour some in there. And I'm going to let that sit and dry for a while. Okay, now as far as building up the cast with latex, I went ahead and I used a lot of latex. I probably used 7 or 8 coats of it. The first few coats were really, really thick. And then I did some light coats along the edges. I probably could have made them a little thicker, but we're just going to see what happens. Okay, so basically the way I got this out of the mold was I peeled it and baby powder, peeled baby powder, peeled baby powder, peeled baby powder the whole way so it wouldn't stick together. And as I peeled it, it bunched a little right in the middle. So it's not a great pull, but it's passable. I can use this in a ground breaker. I can actually use the whole thing in a ground breaker. I'm going to paint it up, see what it looks like. It kept the shape of the sculpt. There's the line, there's all the little taste buds in it. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It worked, and it's going to work for its purposes. So there you have it. That is my sculpting, molding, and casting experiment in a nutshell. You guys go ahead and try it. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to keep practicing. I think I'll get better. And I think I'm going to go ahead and invest in something to make like a soft mold. You guys, if it works for you, let me know, and let me see what you did. Until next time, boils and ghouls, this is Dr. Creepy saying, stay twisted and sleep with the lights on. Hey, you can see me in my glasses.